sakazo khamba phambili Josie FM kanike njalo ke sizoxoxisana naye ke Anna Marie de Beer from yona ke Nestlé for healthy kids sana naye ke uSidwa Lamukwena the trainer namhlanje sikhuluma ngokubaleka kokuphuza amanzi. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome. Ekutheni usithinte ku 011 982 4495 noma 011 982 1141. Sikhuluma ke ngokunakekela abantwana ngendlela right, kuphuza namanzi enough, ekubafideni ukudla okunama nutrients right, ukubaleka kwama nutrients emzimbeni womntwana, and adding those veggies uma uphekela ke umntwana ukudla so that akhule ngendlela right and abe balanced in terms of healthness yakhe, so that umntana engasitholi egula ngendlela okumele ngabe akaguli ngazo. So every Friday siba nabo ke from Nestlé for healthy kids ekutheni ke bas advise endleleni zokuthi ke sinakekele abantwana bethu ngendlela right and sibafide ukudla oku right so that bakhule bathole yonke imisoco abayidingayo from their food. So if you have any questions, whether you're a parent, whether you are running a creche, whether you are aunt ugogo, you have any questions that you want to ask in terms of ukunakekela abantwana ngendlela right and ukubanikeza ukudla oku healthy ngendlela right, you have any questions, uzothola ithuba lokuthi ke uyibuze imibuzo yakho khona manjena, as we'll be speaking to yena ke Anna Marie hamsana naye ke uSidwell. Ngenze nje kanje.
Good morning.
There we go. Oh, now I've lost Anna Marie. Sure. Okay. Let's give her some time. Hopefully she'll get back online. I don't see her anymore. Let's just give her a minute or so. All right, let's try this again because I see Anna Marie is back on. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
We're good, thank you.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Now, I'm glad to hear that. Now, guys, today we are talking about water. Water. Let me just start with Anna Marie. Please explain to us the benefits of drinking water. I think a lot of people need to hear this. We can never say it enough.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. I think the very important thing first is to understand why do we drink water. And if we understand that about 60% of the body consists of water, so if you were to evaporate as a human being, only 40% of you is going to be left in the form of a powder if they were to cremate you, because the rest is actually water.
Sure.
And the other important thing about water is that the brain consists of about 80 to 85% water. So we really need water for our brains to function properly, and especially for our children, we need to consider this, that the brain works when these neurons, the nerves, talk to each other. It's electric impulses, and the water is actually this guiding mechanism. It's the conductor for the messages to go from one end to the other. And if we don't have enough water and we're dehydrated, the brain can't function. So the benefit of drinking water is very simple. It's for all our organs to work. If we don't have enough water, the organs can't work, the brain can't work, the kidneys can't work, the liver can't work, the digestive tract really struggles. So we need water to survive.
Sure, okay. And how do I know if my body needs more water?
You know, I was thinking about this question, and it's actually a very interesting one, because very often when we feel peckish, you know, you get in at home in the afternoon, you think, oh, I feel like something nice, something nice to eat, and it's normally something to treat yourself on. That's normally an indication of the fact that you need water and that you are thirsty.
Okay.
And we often tell people that when they are feeling like that, please don't drink a glass of water first, because we often mistake that that picky feeling for thirst. So it's important that we need to drink water regularly. When you feel like that normally, and I can guarantee, and I hope the listeners will call in now, but as we're talking about water, how many people will now reach for a glass of water, or maybe your bottle that's standing on the desk, to really actually drink water? So it's important that we are tuned into our bodies to hear the thirst cues and not mistaken them for hunger cues.
Sure. Okay. Now, how can the caregivers and the parents encourage their children to drink water? For me, I don't have to worry about this one. My son loves water. Oh, okay. Can you still hear me, Anna Marie?
I think you.
Okay.
I can still hear you. Sorry, I've got bandwidth issues today, but I can still hear you. I think you're in a very fortunate position, and it's probably because you've been good at one, setting the example, and secondly, that you were giving your child water from the beginning. And we can encourage our children to drink more water by making sure we have it available. I think one of the best things to do is to make sure that there's a water bottle available for the kids, even for young children. Have a little water bottle available. If they don't have a water bottle, a plastic jug with a plastic glass, so to make sure that kids drink water throughout the day. If it's available, they're going to drink it. If it's not available, they're not going to drink it. Also, make sure that we rather give water to children instead of cold drinks. And that could be any form of a cordial, even juices. Water is better than a juice. So rather give the water first, and then just a small amount of juice is much better, and a good way of encouraging our children to drink water. Also, going back to school, if they go back, if they are at school, in their lunch boxes, make sure there's a water bottle available for them. Just on that, a tip for parents, make sure it's one that seals properly, because the last thing you want is your kid coming home with wet books because the bottle leaked. So just make sure it is a bottle that seals properly for them.
So now, Anna Marie, why do we get thirsty after exercising or running? What causes that in our bodies?
I'm going to start answering it, and then I'm going to hand over to Sidwell, our trainer that's with us. But one of the key things is we lose water when you perspirate, when you sweat. It's water that we're losing. And we must understand that in every cell we've got water. 2/3 of the water is actually stored in every cell. So when you are sweating, you're losing water. It might be a salty water that you're losing, but you're still losing water. And that's why it's critical to drink water actually during exercise as well. I don't know if Sidwell wants to add to that.
Yes, you're actually right, Anna Marie. What people also need to remember is that during exercise, like you said, the sweat, that's you depleting water from the body. So once the body loses water, you need to refresh it. But now you must take into consideration how much, though, because you don't want to drink too much, because the moment you start drinking too much, it leads to, those stomach cramps, like stitches. That's what happens. So now we don't want now to find ourselves in that position. So you want to take in sips, okay? Remember, you just want to refresh the body so that you can continue with the exercise. Yes.
Now, Sidwell, why is it important for us to have water before, during, and after exercise?
As I said, like for water, we like during the day you go through different weather. Sometimes it's hot, and when it's hot, automatically the body responds by sweating, right? And you again losing water. So now you have to have some water so that the body is active, so that the body is awake and prepared for it's a warm up basically. So you will warm up before you start to exercise. So you always have something already in tank before you start, because you know that you're going to use whatever is in the tank. So the moment you start exercising, the tank decreases in terms of water. So now you always have to refill the tank so that the tank keep you going, because we need the tank keep going. Yes.
And then why is it sometimes that you will get your stomach cramps when you drink water before and while you are running? What causes that, and how can one prevent that?
Here's an example I like to make. I usually make it jokingly. If you take 2 liters of water and you fill it up, right, and you seal it, and then you shake it, shake it. That's what happens when you drink water. So you don't want to now fill the bottle so much that it shake. Now, the difference is now in belly, you run and the moment it shakes too much, that's where you start now getting all these other cramps. So now, if you just fill it up properly, according to the proportion, and the proportion is something like, as I said, sips in between. So you want to have sips, because now at the end, that's when you can consume the much needed water. Because during exercise, you want to have that bottle going boom, because stitches. You know what I mean? So it's just it's an example, but you want to have it in proportions. It's like eating. You don't want to eat too much. You know, taking too much. Always, you know, they say with that saying, how do you eat an elephant? And then they say 1 bite at a time. It's like that. So you don't consume too much too soon. So you want to get in portions.
Okay. No, I hear you. We've run out of time. In closing, anything that you want to add, Anna Marie?
I think what's important, and it's really making sure that we drink enough water throughout the day. Make sure you, as the parent or caregiver, sets the example of drinking water. Make sure the kids have got enough water. And when you're thirsty, first drink water before you start drinking anything else. That's the easiest way of actually getting enough water in. And then perhaps the last thing is really for our listeners to visit our website on N4HK-ESAR. .com, where they can also find tips on how to increase the water intake for their children. And then perhaps just the last thing, we now have a game we call Belly Besties. It's available on all the phone app stores where you can download it, and it's a game to encourage children to eat healthily and to drink more water. So you can really just download it. It's called Belly Besties. It's Nestlé Belly Besties. And,
Nestlé really Belly Besties. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's on the app. No, it's all the app stores that's got it now, and it's available free of charge for people then to download and get their children to eat more healthily and to drink more water.
Nestlé Belly Besties.
That's it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it for my son. I'll definitely get it for my 4-year-old. I'm definitely gonna give you feedback next week. Guys, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us. I think our listeners are still shy. They just want to absorb as much information as they possibly can. Hopefully next week they'll call in and start asking some questions. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.